So recently, NICKMERCS got into some hot water. If you don't know NICKMERCS, he's a professional gamer, esports player. He's been playing games professionally for a long time. Mostly he's just a streamer. I mean, he does compete in games still to this day, but he's mostly just a streamer. And he got in some hot water. Now you can see on the screen what the hot water is and why he got into it. NICKMERCS got a custom NICKMERCS skin in one of the newer Call of Duty games, because he's been playing Call of Duty for a long time. He's kind of a legend, Call of Duty legendary Call of Duty player. So they gave him a skin, which is like a big deal. Anybody who plays a game for a really long time, for them to be recognized by the people who actually make it and kind of like to be immortalized within the game, it's like a big deal for them. And I'm sure it was a big deal for him. But they removed his skin. And the reason why they removed his skin, well, he said this: they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. Now, what is that in regards to? Anti-LGBT protesters attacked pro-LGBT demonstrators outside a Glendale, California school board meeting. The school board is voting on recognizing June as Pride Month. Police formally asked the school board to recess and have deployed barriers separating protesting groups. Interesting. They're actually really going crazy. They're going crazy. Now, they say anti-LGBT and pro-LGBT, but I don't know. Like, I kind of heard that it was like parents attacking each other. Well, no, like parents attacking. I have no idea. I wish I had done. Maybe I wish I had done more research on it, but maybe if I had more research on it or I had more information on it, I could understand. Because I actually have zero idea who these people are, why they're brawling like this. Like that shit is psycho to me. Anywho, so NICKMERCS says, oh shit, they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue, and a lot of people got upset with him. 64,000 likes, a lot of retweets, a lot of quotes. You know, some people got upset, some people supported him. The way I see it is, it depends on what, when they say recognize, it depends on what it is or how it is that they want to recognize Pride Month. And I think LGBT activists and advocates are always going to run into the same problem. Maybe not forever, but for the foreseeable future, they're going to run into this problem where they need to figure out how they're going to handle the trans people, because that trans shit it's a little weird. It's more than a little weird. It makes no sense. It's ridiculous. It's destructive to the human body, and it subverts everything that people know about gender and sex, as well as language. Everything about it is just completely and totally destructive. So, if they wanted to celebrate Pride by just going, hey, shout out to all my gay niggas, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the gay niggas. You know what I mean? Love is love. Let niggas cook. If that's how they want to give it up, some people would have beef with it, but I don't think it would be this contentious. The problem is, it's not just shout out to all my gay niggas. It's boys can be girls, girls can be boys. You have to be accepting of that. It makes sense. Don't worry. Don't think about it too hard. Like, that's the real problem with the LGBT shit. So, it's not, you can have that opinion if you want, but the problem is when you start telling kids that, right? Now, probably back in the day, when people started saying, hey, don't be racist, there were people who were protesting and were upset as well. So I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, I'm on the right side. I think I am, because I think that shit doesn't make any sense. But just because of the fact that it's contentious doesn't mean that children shouldn't be taught it. But I just feel like it's too early. Like, this shit doesn't make sense. We don't get it. No, so many people, they still don't get it. And I don't think they ever will, because it doesn't make sense. But people don't get it. And they just don't care that nobody gets it. They're just going to keep on forcing it down our throats and forcing us to accept it. And so I look at NICKMERCS' tweet and I go, not only do I agree with it, it's really not even that contentious of a tweet. That's probably one of the worst parts about progressivism and trans ideology in general, is that You can't even be like, nah, I don't agree. That's not allowed. It's not allowed for you to go, nah, I don't think so. That shit is blowing minds. It makes no sense to me. So he he spoke about the controversy a little bit later. Said friends are created in good times, but families are built through adversity. Appreciate all of you that have my back. Understand my position as a new father and recognize the love I have for all. Ain't no hate in this heart. Peace and love. So I guess that's another part of it. NICKMERCS, he's recently become a dad, so maybe a part of his response is based in that, looking at his son and being like, I don't want people just saying whatever they want, and you know, like I want to be able to have those conversations with my son. I want to be the one who instills whatever values I want to instill in him. He also made a response on stream.
I'll say this. I saw a tweet, and I didn't like what I was seeing, man. Okay, I saw parents brawling in front of a fucking school with kids. I just didn't fucking like it. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys can understand how that video would piss some people off. It pissed me off. Okay. Now, I mean, full transparency. You know, how do I put this? I gotta be very, very careful here. I don't want to piss anybody off. I'm making a lot of people mad. Most of my intention. I mean, listen, my wife and I just had a baby. Brand new father. You know, we seen these kinds of videos. It's sad, you know. But her and I agree that we want to be the ones to talk to our kid about things like that.
I think it's
I'm
very
trying to
fair.
keep it really simple.
I would be trying to keep it simple if I was him too, considering everything that happened. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh well, look, I think it's the trans shit. I think if what Pride Month in schools was hey, treat everybody with respect. Not everybody's the same as you, but that doesn't mean that they need to be disrespected or treated like they're less than. If that's what Pride Month was in schools, no beef. I'll tell you the honest truth. I went to Catholic school my entire life. So niggas didn't give it up for Pride Month. That's not the type of bag we got into. Plus, I graduated in 2015. Shit has only ramped up since then. So I can't speak to what Pride Month is like in school now. Although I've seen some clips and I've seen some videos, the rainbows all over the place, and neo pronouns, and trans this, and gay that, and not only for high school students, not even only for middle school students, for elementary school students, which elementary school, that's like 7 to 11-ish, 7 to 11, 12-ish. So, to me, that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Like, you're teaching children nonsense. You're teaching children pure nonsense. And so if that's how they're giving it up, I can understand his concerns. I can understand why he has an issue with it. Why he wants to be able to be the one to teach his children about that. But again, if it's just teaching tolerance, which is treat people with respect, don't bully people, everybody's different, I got no beef with that. The problem is you just never know. You just never really know when it comes to any of this shit. You never know when it comes to any of this shit because that trans element, it gets injected in there.
So we don't have to get too crazy about it because there's nothing to get crazy about. It's just it really is that simple. I think I just have a bigger perspective on this now, being a parent, than I did maybe 2 months ago. So, the video bothered me, right? And that's I just don't think it's any place for a teacher or a school. I don't think it's the place to speak about things like that. And it's not that I think that it shouldn't be spoken about. If that's what you got from that tweet, then you're just wrong. You're just wrong. I don't have any quarrel with anybody in here. I don't have any quarrel with people on the internet. It wasn't an anti, I guess, gay tweet. That wasn't what it was.
It's so funny because the lingo and the way that these issues are talked about have evolved so rapidly and become more and more nonsensical that when you're an average regular person, you don't even really know how to talk about it. It's like I got no beef with gay niggas. Like that's funny.
Was. Now listen, if you have issues with me or if you have issues with that tweet, then hey, listen, I'm down to agree to disagree. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. But if you think that I hate you because you're a certain way, you just couldn't be any more wrong. That's not the truth. I've said things in my past. I've done things in my past. We all have. Okay? People grow. People get better. It's part of life, man. Okay? And I've grown a lot as a human being on planet. I'm sure we all have. Okay? I do not feel that way. I just simply feel that I want to be the one and my wife wants to be the one to speak with our child about stuff like that. And that was the tweet. That was the tweet. You can take the tweet if you want and you can spin it, flip it, flop it, quote tweet it. You can put 10 paragraphs on top of it. You can do whatever you want to it to make you feel better if that's what you want to do. But that was the tweet. Okay?
Yeah, this is another example of people making a mountain out of a molehill. And you know, it's not even that this is another example of making a mountain out of a molehill. That is just the modus operandi of trans ideology and progressivism. There's no, like the same way far right groups, there's no tolerance for anybody who's not, I mean, let's be real, most of the time, for anybody who's not white. When it comes to progressives, there's no tolerance. What you want, Zetsu? There's no tolerance for anybody who's not down with the program, who doesn't believe in the ideology. You're evil. You're a heretic. You need to be chastised, attacked. It's like a modern day inquisition. So, all in all, I don't think he did anything wrong except for incur the wrath of progressives. But yeah. Shout out to NICKMERCS. Shout out to that tweet. Shout out to all my gay niggas. And that's it. Peace out.